Hey everybody, it's your girl Angie. Welcome back to Kiss My Cheeks TV. It is time to get into the latest episode of Survivor. We have a new season 46. If episode 1 is just a sprinkle preview of what this season is going to be about, I am totally zoomed in. I am here for this season of Survivor 46. There are so many people I like this season. If you can see my little sub name at the bottom, never judge a book by its cover. I we do our precast assessments where we kind of judge people off of the little bit of info we know. I prejudged a lot of people incorrectly. Now look, this is just episode 1. My judgments can change throughout the season. But on episode 1, I was like, wow, I really like this cast. Like, I really, really like this cast. I agree, Dejan. Tiffany is definitely up there on who I love. Let's just jump right into it. So, where do we want to start? I guess let's start at the beginning. Jeff, everybody on the beach, and he got to do his little ceremony. Why everybody love to be here? I don't care. Let's find out who on the 3 teams. I got a couple of little pictures. I'm gonna be sharing my screen throughout the video. We have 3 teams. It's gonna take me a couple of weeks to learn the team names. For right now, it's the green team. This team I kind of like the least. They got one of my favorite people on here, which is Maria. The way Maria shook oh boy up at that poker table with what was it? Hey, Dr. Ivy girl. What was it? He had the vote card versus the shit. I don't know what was on them cards. I don't forget. But the way Maria shook him and was like, if you lie to me, you gonna be a liar the whole game. I would have had to been a liar the whole game. Ain't that a part of Survivor? Outwit, outlast, outplay. I'm so happy they got rid of his ass. Ooh. Oh, it is an amazing premiere. It was. I thought you was talking about Amazing Race. I'm really looking forward to Amazing Race this season too. That's going to start in a few weeks. But the green team, as of right now, has the. I don't really care about nobody on the green team right now, except for Maria. Up next, we get our favorites, which is the purple team. That purple team getting a little bit of that Lulu, a little bit too much Lulu for me, a little bit too much. I'm done. I'm happy they. I'm worried about the purple team next week. They got another person they need to get rid of before they could run the show. But right now, the purple team probably has the most of my favorite people. Like, I love Tiffany, Kenzie. Banu is probably my favorite player out of everyone. Definitely an old school Survivor player. Definitely more personality than I expected him to have. I love Banu and I love Q. Up next, what's the purple team's name? I forgot. But I do know the yellow team is Nami. Because when he told them their names, Soda said, "You right, not me." And not me ain't lose nothing on the first episode. When Soda said, "Not me," she meant that. We ain't losing. Look, Soda has become one of my favorite players. And y'all know I said Soda was first boot. And I prejudged her mostly because of her age and thickness. And I shouldn't have did that being a thick girl myself. I'm supposed to have thick girl power, unity, thick girl unity. But I was like, no, they about to send Soda home. Look, Soda could win this thing. Soda can win this thing. I love her personality. I'm probably not as strong as Soda, but I love her personality. And oh, you see this face Tevin making? Tevin is me. Everywhere I go, at work, at the sorority house, everywhere I go, people say, Angie, you cannot control your face. Whatever I'm thinking, if I'm happy, sad, side-eyeing whatever I'm thinking is written all over my face. And that's Tevin. Tevin gives the best facials. I love Tevin and I love Soda on Nami. It's amazing how one little joke can make you like. I need Purple and Green to be start joking because I don't remember their names for nothing. But I remember not me, Jeff. Not me. I love it. Okay. Let's get into the beginning of this. We all know new Survivor. Yes, we love his facial expressions. Hey Lemon Pepper Kush. Hey DM Rocks. What's I say? They have to fight for their flint, I think a pot and a machete. And if you don't come in first place, you have to go do strength and savvy. Like last year, they had to do both of them, strength and savvy. This year, they had to do strength or savvy. And I think second place got to pick, third place got stuck with whatever was left. So they had this where, well, I got some pictures. Everybody had to take turns going through an obstacle course. They got completely like head to toe muddy. I would have been mad at that. See, that's the one thing holding me. Well, no, y'all already know I'm lying. I got a list of things of why I can't go over there on the Survivor. But being dirty and all that mud is probably on the top 3. Sleeping on the ground is probably number 1. Not eating is number 2. And number 3 is I don't like, I can't do all that dirt and mud. And they were disgusting by the end of this. But they had to go run, grab puzzle pieces, and build a puzzle, and then sling a flint off of a rope or whatever they had to do. We've seen them do it before. It wasn't new spectacular, but it was it was a good little first challenge. I was here for it. Now, up first, we had Maria, who I think is the oldest lady out there, and they said she already carrying the season on her back. When that lady was carrying that puzzle piece on her back, and it was men out there flipping it through the sand, acting like they couldn't do nothing, I said, oh, okay, this is the season of the women. Like, something in me saying it's a female winner this season. And she wasn't the only one. She wasn't the only one. Because over here we got Tiffany. Sorry, y'all. I feel like something went down the wrong pipe. Let me put some water in my cup. Tiffany over here got her puzzle piece on her shoulder. I said, oh yeah. The women running it this season. This is going to be a good season. Now, it ain't nothing wrong with men winning Survivor every once in a while, but girl power over here too. I want to see one of these ladies win. And they said she making Michaela proud. Now, I know it's just episode 1. But can Tiffany be the new Michaela? I would love to see Tiffany do a season of the challenge. I think she's really strong. She has an outgoing personality that we need for these type of shows. It's only episode 1, Angie. Is it too early to make the Michaela comparisons? It might be a little bit too early, but I really, really, really love Tiffany. I don't know why I was just sitting here talking and I feel like I got something scratchy in my throat. Okay. Let me see what the next slide is before I turn this off. Okay, we ain't there yet because we getting ready to read Jelinski. Since he want to be called by his last name, we definitely getting ready to drag it. But anyway, so of course, not me, girl. It reminds me of Funky Dineva. He says, not me, girl. When I think of Nami, I bet you that's what Soda was thinking. I bet you Soda was channeling her inner Funky Dineva when she said, not me. I'm never going to get over that. But of course, not me. They won the challenge. They got all of their supplies. And second was the green team. And of course, purple was last. Second team chose to do savvy. Yes. Strength versus savvy. They chose savvy. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about this first in the chat and in the comments, and then we're going to talk about this second. First, for both situations, strength and savvy, do you think these challenges were set up for them to fail? Because I just felt like both challenges were really, really hard. We usually see people pass strength and savvy, and maybe Survivor said, look, we tired of people automatically. Well, last season they ain't passed because they couldn't figure that damn puzzle out. Every time they showed that puzzle with the rings, they was like, But it just kind of felt like they didn't want anybody to get their flint and supplies. I don't know. So we're over here with savvy. They see a lockbox with numbers on the top, which you would think, I mean, common sense. Now, common sense is common to some people, but I feel like you need to dig a little bit deeper to figure out this puzzle they wanted them to figure out. Because my brain is set up for, if I see a lockbox with numbers, when I get to the puzzle and I see a whole bunch of numbers, that's what I'm looking for. And I'm going to try all those numbers until I get the combination. Nowhere in my brain, like I ain't had no clue what Survivor was talking about till they start circling stuff. Am I supposed to mark out all the numbers and see what's left to figure out it's a dig under the box? Survivor, y'all lost y'all mind. And not only did it not say dig under the box in order, I could see if dig was like, okay, dig under the, you had a D-I, the G was over here, then you had a U and an N. Like, y'all didn't even have the words spelled out. I feel like nobody was going to figure that out because it didn't make sense for me to be looking for words to dig under the box when I'm thinking I need to solve a number key. That's just me. I kind of felt like savvy was unfair. But anyway, they lost. We get over to the purple team and it's strength. I'm sorry, y'all. I know somebody said it once in the comments. I don't think they come back around here. Because they told me once in the comments that when I cough and clear my throat, it's disgusting and I shouldn't do that on camera. I can't help it. It's allergy season. And sometimes I don't know I'm doing it, but I caught myself that time. But I apologize if me clearing my throat is awful for you. I'm not trying to disgust y'all. I'm just really trying to breathe. But anyway, they have to fill up these 2 urns with buckets up a mountain, but the buckets got holes in them. I feel like if the buckets didn't have holes in them, they probably could have did it, but why would y'all make them? I mean, that was a long trek. We've seen people have to do stuff between the ocean and a bucket before, but if y'all were gonna make them do all that, I feel like even if it wasn't holes in the buckets, they wouldn't have finished in however amount of time they was given. Now we don't know how long the sand was gonna run out of that thing, but what we do know is that Jelinski quit, and he thinks several equals 7. Now, in the chat, real quick, does several equal 7 to you? Because let me tell you something. Oh, I be making myself laugh. When he first said it on the TV, I was with him. Not the quitting part, but he was like, I think several means 7, and it's only 4. I was like, you know what? Several could be 7. But then I thought about it again. A couple is 2. If people say a few, that's 3. And I'm assuming if people say several, that's 4 and beyond. Right, several is 5 to 9. So he was right about that 7. I was kind of with him. I was like, I'll rock with it. Several equals 7. Several is 4 to 10. I was kind of with Jelinski on that, but not on the quitting. I felt like no matter what, you finish it out. Even if it is only 4.5 hours or however much you estimate to be in that little sand thing. What do they even call them things? Sand countdown clocks. They put them in games all the time. I don't know what the hell that thing called, but you turn it upside down in the sand right now. We don't know how much time was really in there, but when we did look at their earns to the amount of time that was left, I don't think they asked was going to finish either. But I wouldn't have quit. Even if I had to walk it slow, whatever I had to do, an hourglass. Thank you, Dr. Ivy Girl. I would have never thought of that. But what you didn't have to do, even if you chose to quit, and you know we don't like quitters, we like TJ over here. We don't respect no quitters. But even if you choose to quit, what you're not gonna do is tear up Survivor's production props. Number one, sir, that thing is glass. You did not have to toss it. This is you all's beach. Y'all already walk around with no shoes and socks on. So now somebody got to cut their foot open because you had to have a tantrum and throw the thing up across the glass in the sand. Now I know some people on Twitter was like, production had to go out there and get all the glass up. I would have made his ass clean it up. Bring your ass over here and pick up every speckle of glass in this sand. Because could you imagine cutting your foot open on Survivor? And you got to walk in sand, getting salt water. Oh, it's time to go home. It's time to go home. Oh, Zuda, you was with we was with that several equals 7. We was with you, but we were not with this. This is complete disrespect. That's why Jeff got your ass voted off at Tribal Council. Jeff said, I don't give a damn what y'all said. He quit. He quit and he lied and he checked. Like Jeff was advocating at Tribal Council. Jelinski gotta go. Because Jeff will piss you done tow up his props. He probably had that shit in his house. But anyway, they really pissed me off. That hourglass was half full and they really quit. Right, it was still a lot of time left in that hourglass. Now, I don't think they would have made it. I don't think they would have made it. But I just feel like you don't quit on Survivor. You don't quit. The other team sat there like idiots, putting every number combination they could think of in that thing, and the whole time they were supposed to be digging under the box. But you didn't see them quit. They said, we don't care how many different numbers we got to put in here. The sand's still going. We still are flipping numbers. Some people just not built for this. Let me see what's next before I want to go on. Okay, I'm not ready to go on yet. So after this, they didn't come back and tell the tribe, but did y'all see how Q looked at him? Because Q didn't want to quit. Q doesn't have any quit in him. And one thing I appreciated about Q, even though Q did not quit and did not want to quit, this how you know Q gonna be a great alliance member. When they got to that final tribal council, when Jeff asked him about it, Q didn't throw Jelinski under the bus. He said we ain't finished it, and he ain't say, well, Jelinski done threw that shit across the sand and he wanted to quit. So once he broke the thing, I guess we was done. He ain't even throw him under the bus. He made it seem like it was a joint decision, even though us at home, we knew. And Jeff knew too. But see, Jelinski didn't know that Jeff knew. But Jeff knew too. That's why he called him out. Oh, he cut his foot. What? He said he cut his foot, so that's why he wanted to quit. How he cut his foot? What he cut his foot on? He ain't throw the glass until after he quit. Look, I don't even give a damn he cut his foot. Good. That's what you get. Anyway. And see, that's hateration right there. You cut your foot, so you gonna break the glass so somebody else can cut their foot too. Let's move on. There were a few alliances that were made. He was. Q was like, you really the one that want to do, like, he was kind of like, Tiffany, you don't want to go jog in the sand. And, Tiffany was like, he want to do it, he can do it. But Q, you could tell it was written all over his face. He didn't even want Jelinski to have nothing to do with it. Venus is kind of crazy. They didn't really show too much of Venus. People did kind of compare her to Parvati. Yeah, you can't compare nobody to Parvati episode 1. I got to see a lot of gameplay before we start comparing her to Parvati. Is Venus beautiful? Yes, but it's a lot of beautiful people out there on the beach. You got Jim, Tiffany. It's a lot of beautiful people out there. So she ain't even the only one. But anyway, let's get into some of the alliances we saw form on day 1. My favorite one, I want to call it the Leave It to Beaver Alliance. But that ain't the damn show. They have the Andy Griffin Alliance. I do remember that show. Do I ain't watched Andy Griffith. I don't know. It's surprising because both of them seem so much younger than me. And that show came out before me because that was a black and white show, if I recall. The show was in black and white. Like, that was a show my parents might have would. I don't know. They both like Andy Griffith, and they done hugged it out and made them alliance. But one thing I can say about Tevin is it seems like he's going to be alliance with everybody. He's definitely a social person. He's very likable, easy to work with. So I like Tevin and Hunter working together. Is it a real alliance, you think, or do they just like the TV show together? Maria kind of impressed me. She used her mom's. Look, we gonna get to it. That was the best part of the episode. That was the best part of the episode. Up next, this is my favorite alliance, Kenzie. Kenzie. I'm gonna tell you right now, girl. Please don't do my girl wrong. Please don't. This is an alliance I want to see work so bad. I love both of them. A little piece of me, a little piece of the melanin in me is like, don't trust it. Too much Emily. Emily was too soon. But I love Kenzie. I love Tiffany. I love both of their personalities. That purple team is extremely entertaining. You got Kenzie, Tiffany, and Banu. That's imagine if they would have had Tevin over there too. It would have been too much. The whole show would have been the Purple Tribe. It would have been too much. This alliance is oozing personality, oozing gameplay, oozing strategy. I really, really, really want these two to work together. And I want it to last. Like, please let this be an alliance where they sitting in the final tours like day 1, we was hugging thumbs and it was unbreakable. And now we sitting here and that's why all of y'all sitting over there. I really want to see that at Final Tribal Council. I really, really, really do. I really do. Right, Zuda, like this. I love it. I love it. It is day 1. A lot of people can make it though. It depends because we know Jeff gonna make them swap a couple of times and then they gotta merge. Please, it's one thing. Let's get to the one thing that I wish Tiffany would have did. And next week, Banu's over. Look, Jess could have went home this week too, because Jess is 1 second away from being Hannah. She's one more bad night of sleep away from being Hannah. She was already the way my body is set up. I can't get any sleep out here, and my brain is gone. I can't eat, and I miss my dog, and I don't have any friends. I'm like, oh, girl. A part of me, it's hard when you got two people that need to go, and you can only vote out one. A part of me wanted just to quit and them still to go to tribal council and vote out Jelinski and just be go ahead and be two down. I'm telling y'all. Because I got a feeling y'all get ready to go tribal council again anyway. Kenzie was doing a lot of pushback to keep Jelinski from being voted out because she's really close to Jelinski. Like I said, it's day one. And Kenzie has a piece of information that can easily get her to turn on Tiffany. And I just don't want to see it. I'm afraid they're going to be a duo. I'm afraid they're going to be a duo that might get targeted because Kenzie is always following Tiffany around. Oh, no. Okay, this is the good part, y'all. So, here come the boat. All the islanders hear it. Everybody get a little boat to their beach. I don't know. One team did rock, paper, scissors. Jelinski raised his hand. And y'all know how I feel about people who volunteer to go on the boat and still quit. He raised his hand. I got to be the one to go. Or was that Tevin? I could be wrong. Y'all know my memory bad. But I believe it was Jelinski who was like, I'm going. And his team let him go. And I forgot how Maria got to go. Maybe they rock, paper, scissors. But whatever. We got Maria, Tevin, Jelinski. To me, this ain't nothing but a good game of poker. We gonna mush around the cards. I think whoever got fire or the skull. Shit, I don't remember. It's y'all want me to remember. Whoever got the fire card raised their hand. The other two people gotta convince her that they got the skull card or the vote card. One of them I done forgot because who cares? The card that was the truthful card was Tevin's. Jelinski is the one who has to lie and convince Maria. Tevin is like, this easy work because all I gotta do is tell the truth. She believe me or she don't, but I'm telling the truth. Jelinski is the scary one. He was doing his best line, and so Maria punked him and was like, look, if y'all lie to me, if we make it to the merge, I ain't gonna believe shit you gotta say, and I ain't gonna work with you. And matter of fact, if you lie to me right now and we make it to the merge, I'm voting your ass out. Guess what? I guess we gonna be fighting because I'm voting your ass out. I'm working to vote you out too if I get to the merge. Look, you ain't gonna threaten me on day one. Ma'am, I don't even know your name. Who are you, Maria, Melissa, Michelle? Like, who are you, ma'am, to be threatening me? Anyway, I would have said we just gonna be some voting out MFs over here because I ain't telling you. I have to stop being so confrontational. And I'm really not. I'm only about 50% confrontational in real life. I do like to argue a little bit, not a lot. And Tevin was just sitting back eating it up because he was like, girl, I don't know what to tell you. I'm telling you the truth. So you can believe me or you can't. You want an extra vote or you don't. I really like Tevin. And I do feel like Tevin had the easier job because when you telling the truth, you telling the truth. But Jelinski, I mean, you ain't even let it go around 2 or 3 rounds. You was like, look, go ahead and take them extra votes. I'm lying. I'm lying. We make it to the merge. We cool, right? We gonna be cool. I was so pissed off. And then what pissed me off the second time is if you ain't gonna lie over here, at least lie over there with your tribe. You could have said we played what's a good card game? You could have said we played Uno or something, and whoever got the draw for got the extra vote. I don't know. And you could have been like, I got the skip card. I don't know. But you could have made up anything outside of telling your tribe you quit for the second time. Because once they heard you quit and gave the opposing tribes extra votes, which could hurt you if you're ever in a swap situation. Now they have an extra vote up on you as well. Like, sir, were you? He wasn't thinking, look, we gonna play this to the death. Maria, you gonna pick. You gonna have to catch me in a lie. But anyway, they was over it once they found out he gave them extra votes. And Q, oh, your name was dirt when it came to Q. Q was completely over you after that second go around. And I was tweeting too. I said, I know Hannah ain't back on the beach. Because what's all this quitting going on? Anyway, what happened next? Right? It made no sense. It's a part of the game. Don't nobody give a damn what Maria talking about. This is a part of the game. I really can't lie. Well, if you can't lie, what you even doing out on Survivor's Beach? We ain't never seen nobody play Survivor and never lie. Yeah, it was Jalimsky. He up here volunteering to go to give away all the advantages and then come back. You ain't even respect me enough to lie to me. Because sometimes you just got to lie to me. You would have folded. Zuda. Oh, you said you wouldn't. You wouldn't. I ain't see the conjunction. You wouldn't have fun. Look, Maria would have had to pick. And I would have been convincing too, like, bitch, I don't know what you're going to do, but I got the skull card over here. Or whatever card you were supposed to have. I didn't forget. He just wasn't no better, but I don't know. You can never make it in Survivor if you can't lie. Sir. Now let's get over here to the immunity challenge. They got this 500-pound lizard. I think they said it's a Geico, like the insurance. It really felt like insurance commercial. Like, how many times we gonna say Geico? You can't just say lizard. But anyway, this looked extremely hard. And the team that, again, I thought was the weakest washed everybody. And that's the yellow team. I said, I know Nami. I said, Nami, y'all better go off episode 1 and make me look a fool. Because I'll admit, I was not here for Nami. I was like, oh, they asking Ray lose. But oh, they over there doing the damn thing. They was carrying that lizard like it weighed 5 pounds, not 500. The purple team, which I thought would have been the strongest team, they couldn't get that lizard over that rail thing for nothing. And that has to be extremely hard. And I agree with Jeff. You cannot pull that lizard over that bar from the front. You have to push that weight up from the back and just let it fall. But it went the same as the first challenge. Yellow team won. Green came in second. They were safe. And the purple team, they was doing their best. They was trying, At least they made it to the puzzle. At least they wasn't still at the bottom struggling with that thing. I thought, oh wait, I went too far. Hold on, I ain't ready to get to her idol yet. Go back. I agree with you, Zuda. I did not expect purple to be this weak. I thought Nami was like, they do got Soda over there. Soda looked like she could carry that damn gecko thing by itself or by herself. Soda has been doing the damn thing this whole first episode. I really, really like her. Some people on her tribe are saying she's annoying. She talked too much. At least she wasn't out there air guitaring and doing karate chops, Yes, I was shocked that the orange team was watching the other team. Look, me too. But anyway, they have immunity. It's time for the purple team to go to tribal council. Now, I forgot to mention before, and this is what I like about the Beware Advantage that we saw. Before the immunity challenge, Tiffany found the Beware Advantage, and it was an idol. And it said, in order for you to get the key to this idol, you have to go to tribal council. And you know, in my Angie brain, let me take this down for a second. In my Angie brain, I was like, that don't make any sense. Because why would I want to risk going to tribal council? They gonna vote my ass out, and then somebody else gonna steal my idol, like damn Kenzie. Because of course, Tiffany, she had to tell everybody she found it. She was like, "Oh, this is the kind of advantage you got to tell people." No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Ain't nobody got to know you didn't get a vote. Don't nobody got to know none of this until it's time to know. And then you start looking around like, who ain't get a vote? Because I had a vote. That's the whole point of lying. What's wrong with y'all people? I would be on Survivor like, what you mean somebody ain't get a vote? It had to be one of y'all who didn't vote. Like, who didn't vote? I'd be the ringleader of trying to figure out who didn't vote, knowing it was my ass that who didn't vote. Y'all act like y'all ain't never lied or nothing before, or like y'all ain't never watched the show. I don't know. And y'all couldn't have watched the show because haven't y'all seen season after season after season after season the Ask Me Idol? Lord, don't let them put that out there. Everybody gonna know you got it, Tiffany. She wouldn't tell her whole alliance, I got the Beware Advantage. We gotta go tribal council. So if I lose my vote, I just want y'all to know I lost my vote. I ain't telling nobody shit. I ain't telling nobody a damn thing. But anyway, that's just Angie. So that's why I feel a certain kind of way about the Tiffany Mackenzie, or is it just Kenzie? I don't think it's Mackenzie. That's why I feel a certain type of way about that alliance, because this is $1 million and it ain't that much friendship in the world when I just met you. It might be time to boot your ass off because you got an idol. And if you get voted off with the idol, I can just go back. They're going to put it back on the beach. Now I can go find it. Now I can have it. Look, I just don't trust when people know that you have an idol. I feel like when people know you have an idol, it ain't all friendship. It's target. So that's how I think about that. What shocked me is that Tiffany was the one preseason go. Oh yeah, she did say that. She was one of the ones saying that, and she wasn't telling nobody. And that was her first thing. Like, oh, this is the kind of advantage I gotta tell my line. I don't know. Who knows what kind of adrenaline or what's going through your mind? Spur of the moment. Who knows what kind of mindset she was in, and she just felt like she had to tell Kenzie, that she had to go tell Q, and then she told Jelinski, all people. But anyway, that Jelinski was in the alliance in the beginning before he started quitting. But anyway, y'all feel my sinuses coming back, so I might have to hurry up and let this go. But we almost there. So, but anyway, so I'm happy that it wasn't you had to go to tribal council. You just had to be going to tribal council, which means if they would have had immunity this week, like first or second, they wouldn't have put that key out there for her to figure out what. So let me tell you, it took them people about 2 weeks last season, to figure out all them symbols in the words. Tiffany figured that damn shit out in 5 minutes. And where'd she get a pencil from? They must have gave her a pencil. How did you figure out the first letter? She just out of nowhere just said, oh, this is T. So that's got to be an H, and this an A. And if this an A, that's an A over here. I'm like, girl, I would have threw that piece of paper in the trash, because who figuring this out? And I forgot what it said, but it said something about go look for the point and dig under a rock or whatever. I would have never had no vote if I had to figure that out, but that's just me. But the way Tiffany was running around that beach, she ran to the rocks, she got her key, she ran back, she got her idol, and I was like, and then this is the moment. Tiffany girl got her idol. And I believe she only shared with Tiffany that she actually figured it out and had the idol. But it's only gonna take so much time before I'm sure if she told Tiffany, she went back and told Banu. No, not Banu, but Q. Now Banu was not a part of the original four, but I think they're gonna swap Banu for Jelinski. Girl, I hope you ain't tell Banu to look. Nami and the green team, please keep y'all idle to yourself because I can't fight for you when you telling everybody all your advantages. Can we please have some secret advantages amongst the other tribes this season? But I do kind of like that twist that you got to at least be going to tribal council before you get the hint, because that means you only got a minute. Because they say whenever the challenge over and it's time to go to tribal council, they only have about an hour, maybe 2 hours to get their final little strategy together and go vote. They don't be out there all day on the island. So I'm happy for Tiffany. Now, we already know what went down in tribal council. I kind of went over that at the beginning. Everybody out there talking their shit. The only thing I care about tribal council, Jelinski gonna tell his story, and Jeff's gonna be like, wait a minute, you ain't quit. What you mean ain't no quitting you? Didn't you just quit on the beach? And he was like, oh yeah, I did quit that one time. Oh wait, but didn't you just quit over there playing poker with Maria and them too? Like, Jeff called Jelinski all the way out. And then Jeff was like, how can anybody even trust you? You done told one story here and another story over there. You keep switching up your story. Jeff was sending all the signals. If the purple team was not going to vote out Jeff on their walk to tribal council, you better believe after Jeff got finished reading Jelinski's ass, they said, oh yeah, he got to go. They ain't have to whisper or nothing. They was like, oh, he has to go. Jeff ain't here for it. And then Jess is all up in the tribal council. She wanted to quit too. You know, Jeff, I ain't had no sleep. And, you know, I'm going to stay. But, you know, I'm just tired and I can't think right. And I'm just like, girl, I wanted them to vote. I wanted both of them to be voted out. I really did, because Jess is about to get on my last nerve. And then I don't know what Jeff said. Something about, it sounded like Jelinski getting ready to go home. And Banu was getting ready to say something. He was like, Banu, you have something to say? Banu was like, Jeff, let's just go vote. Because I ain't got time to be giving away no hints. Let's just go ahead and put these votes in the paper. I ain't got nothing else to say about Jelinski. Let me just go ahead and write his name down. I love Banu. Banu, you could tell he loves the game of Survivor. He is an old school Survivor watcher, and his commentary entertains me. Like, I love hearing his input or his intake on the game, like what's going on, his point of view. I really, really, really like Banu. Now, you all, I love the sassy version of Jeff coming back. Look, Jeff was not playing. Jeff, the way after Hannah quit, I remember Hannah because she quit first. But old boy with that long hair, then the old boy who missed his man, the way everybody quit on season 45, Jeff is over it. If you even say quah, you better not say it too fast. Jeff is, oh, he's like, oh, you want to it. Now, you all, real quick, I did this for fun because I like doing ratings. I did a rating the other day of how I think people would play in the game. And then I wanted to update it, but I was like, you really can't tell who's social, who's, you know, in these various categories. Not until about episode 3 or 4, when I really get to see how people getting into the game. So right now, The ratings that I'm doing, I saw somebody on Twitter, I believe, was like, these are the people I stand, like, hate, whatever. They did. It's basically a scale of ratings on who you like all the way down to you dislike. And I said, I can do that because I know who I like. So real quick, I'm not gonna hold y'all too much longer. It's not that late though. It's only 8:30 here. But I'm just about to show y'all my ratings on who I like and who I don't like. Well, let's just go right. I'm gonna go episode, like every episode is gonna change. Y'all know I can like you today and hate you tomorrow. Like it's gonna change. But let's get into it. And y'all play along. Tell me who y'all like and who y'all don't like. I do recall last season that Jeff said people who quit are no longer going to have moments at tribal council. Like if you want to quit, there go your bag. We could bring the boat to the beach. You ain't got to even go to tribal council to quit. You want to quit, you can go home right now. I did hear he wants to be harder on quitters, and I agree. It's them two. Liz, who's allergic to everything. Oh yes. Oh, I forgot to talk about Liz, but I'm gonna get to her when we get to who I like and who I don't like. And good luck, Charlie. Look, Miguel, I ain't even showed you my list, but y'all know me well enough to already know how it's about to go down. You already know. Let's get into it real quick. Tell me if y'all agree or disagree. Now, Stan. You know, Stan is the highest level of like you can get. Now, I really don't stand nobody, but for the purpose of the ratings, I'll use the word Stan. Off top, I stand Tevin because I feel like we have the same face. I can't control my facial expressions either. I don't know how Tevin is going to do in the game. I don't know. I feel like somebody probably going to eventually get him out because he's too likable. Everybody loves him, and somebody gonna come, hateration gonna come swoop him out. Tiffany, I stand Tiffany. She's a beast. Tiffany is a beast. The way she dominated the first episode, she was carrying pieces on her back. She was up there working that gecko over that fence. She found that idol all in one episode. In last season, it took people 3-4 episodes before they got their vote back and got an idol. Tiffany said, "F all that. Is this getting done tonight?" And then again, Banu, I love the old school player in him. I love the super fan. Like he seems like a super fan that really is a true super fan. Not somebody who just say, "Oh, I'm a super fan." Like I really love this. And I love his backstory of how living out on the beach is how he grew up. Not saying that's a great thing, but like he's like, look, I done lived on the mud floor. I done built me a hut before. I got this. So I really like Banu. I hope he does great in the game. Up next are just people I like. You know, I'll go up for them, but not as much as I'll go up for the three I just mentioned. Q is one. Q isn't vocal enough for me. And he it's just episode 1. He got to work his way through the game. I think he'll figure it out. I'm just hoping he can be vocal enough. He was the one who said he wanted Jelinski out and Jelinski gone. So I might take that back. He can persuade strategy. Kenzie, I'm 100% on board. She might move up to Stan. It depends on if she snaked Tiffany or not with this idol. But I really like Kenzie. Y'all know I had that PTSD with Hannah last season, all them tattoos. I was almost over it. But Maria, the way she got that extra vote out of Jelinski, I'm always gonna love that. And then Soda, that's my girl. I'm getting ready to go follow Soda on Twitter. Does she have a Twitter? Because I love Soda. Never judge a book by its cover. I thought Soda was trying to be the next Cirie. Like, I just got off my couch and I wanted to see if I can do this. No, you ain't just get off no couch, ma'am. You've been working out. You can do this, Soda. I really like her. I stand Kenzie too, but on my like list is Maria, Soda, Venus, Q, and Jim. It's too many. on that list, Zuda. You don't really like Hugh? He is bad at the game so far. Really? The people who I think are just I don't dislike them, but they are on the top of my list are Venus and Jim. I feel like Venus, because she's so pretty, people might vote her out. Like they already comparing her to Parvati, so they scared of her beauty. I don't like that. Jim, I just didn't get to see enough of her personality this first episode. And it's hard. It's like 18 new people. Everybody isn't going to get their chance to shine. And her team didn't go to tribal council. And usually it's the team that has to go to tribal council that gets the most shine. I feel like I got a hiccup. Up next are serviceable people. These people I don't feel any kind of way about, but they in the game. They have the opportunity to move up or down. Hunter, I was all in for, but again, he didn't do too much, and I don't care about this Andy Griffin alliance. Y'all need something else to talk about. But it's episode 1. Randon, I thought was the new Jesse. To be determined. Again, he didn't have to really give any strategy because his team wasn't there. Tim, I root for everybody black. The preseason, everyone was saying Tim, everyone hated Tim. He's the next Bruce. He was getting on everyone's nerve. I didn't see that, but then again, this is just episode 1. I did notice that him and old girl, when they had the puzzle pieces, neither one of them could roll their puzzle piece. They had to go make 2 trips. But still, some kind of way, even though they made them 2 trips, they still didn't lose. They still didn't lose. But I don't think he's as strong as we think that he is. So I don't know. You think Randon is going to go home soon? Over there on Soda's team, maybe. He might. Is he on Soda's team? I don't even know, child. I don't even know. Now, let's see. Up next, these the people on my nerve. Like right now, they ain't on the very bottom, but they on my nerve. Ben, I ain't getting over these overalls, and I don't care. But he's still going around talking about guitar in every conversation. That would get on my nerve. But it's also the edit. Maybe he's not always talking about his rock band. But in the edit, that's what they got it look like. That's all he's talking about, his rock band. So that's on my nerve. Oh, girl, right here, I believe her name is Mariah. I probably should have put her on serviceable because she's not on my nerve. I just don't know nothing about her. And I do agree, Mariah and Liz look just alike. Are they secret sisters? Is Jeff going to come out here and give us a twist? Because they do look very much alike. Now, on my nerve right now is Liz. Because Liz came on the beach with her chest out. Like, look, yeah, I'm here playing Survivor, but I got 4 businesses at home. And matter of fact, I done already sold 2 of them and getting ready to get 2 more. So, I got plenty of money. I'm just out here having me a good adventure and get me a little $1 million so I can get me another business. I was like, girl. I was like, Liz, hold up. This is day 1. And I know you're excited. You're meeting new people. It's her truth. In all honesty, Liz, it's her truth. She can't help it that she is a success. But this is, again, ma'am, learn how to lie. You ain't have to tell them people all that because they're like, oh, not only are you successful in business, you successful enough to sell your business and get to Ma'am don't need to check. She can go ahead and sit at home first. This $1 million. This ain't no little bit of change. You out here playing for fun. Though, all of this ain't no little bit of change for me. I could use all of the money. But $1 million is life-changing money. And you already up here talking about how much money you got. Ma'am, pipe down. If Liz doesn't go home first on her tribe, I don't know. Y'all saying it might be Randon. You like Tim. I am rooting for, I root for everybody black. And I let y'all get in my head that people don't like Tim, and because he was the next Bruce. I should have judged Tim for myself. But he was flipping over them puzzle pieces and he couldn't get it done. Yes, Mariah. Yeah, Mariah. It took me a while to figure out your name, girl. They just arrived at camp and she talking about 6 business. Right. Girl, we didn't even get to learn your name is Liz and you talking about how many business you got. That would get on my nerve. Now, up next are the people I just don't like. And you see Jelinski, he already at home, so he won't be on the list next week. Jess is only 2 seconds away from quitting. And Charlie can't talk about nothing but Taylor Swift. And I'm already over Taylor Swift being all over the Super Bowl and everything else over at the NFL. Look, Taylor Swift does not belong on Survivor. I don't want to hear it. And them just the people I don't like. They might go home. I feel like Charlie might not go home soon. But oh Jesus, somebody in production tell him Taylor don't need no more advertisements. We don't need to hear her name anymore. Y'all, I feel the sinuses coming back. I'm about to go pop me another Sudafed. This was fun. Again, traders will be tomorrow. I forgot to tell y'all, Glenda, if you in the chat, shout out to you, girl. Was it Glenda? Y'all know I will mess up people's name, but I believe it's Glenda. She DM'd me and let me know, girl, you ain't set up your fantasy team. Y'all, I forgot to set up my fantasy team. I'm so upset with myself. I was sick, but I also just forgot. I should have been setting it up while we were doing the live, but I had just wrote my names on a piece of paper and I was going to go in and click on my names later. But now I am going to set up the fantasy team. I am, but I'm already down a week's worth of points, which means I'm not going to win regardless, because even if I set up the most perfect fantasy team, I'm not gonna have no first week of points, and I'm gonna lose. I did that, I think, the very first time we played Survivor Fantasy, and it ain't matter how good my team was. Once you miss the first week of points, that's it. Dejan, you in first place. Who you got? Tell us who you got real quick. Go ahead and brag. Dejan, that's the whole purpose. We not playing for money. The only thing we can do is brag. So go ahead and brag. That's what we doing this for. If I was in first place, I'd be telling y'all. Y'all know I'd be telling it. And again, because I didn't watch Traders yet, I haven't fixed up the Traders fantasy list. So in my Traders fantasy spreadsheet, we don't tell nobody, but it's on my work computer and it's at the office because I'm back in the office now. I'm not working from home. So we're going to talk about Traders tomorrow night, but the fantasy update will probably be Monday night, because I have to before I have to go to work and update it and take a picture of it. And then we can do the live. So we might do like a mini live. It'll be like 15 minutes to go over the fantasy points and the rate. I do my trader rankings, see who has Scooby-Doo or whatever. But by now, it's almost time to toss these sandbags in the fire. Everybody should be off of Scooby-Doo by now. Y'all should have it's so few people in the Traders game. Y'all should have a clue by now. But please don't tell me no spoilers. I'm about to watch it in 15 minutes. Thank you, Zuda. It really is sinuses. I think it's allergies, and it's just all stuck right here because I feel perfectly fine. I don't feel sick at all. I just wish my sinuses would clear up. Right. Tell them, Zuda, you better brag. You better brag. You like, y'all ain't shit. Week 1, I'm it. Now, next week, somebody might take your spot. But for this week, you got to talk your shit because you never know. You just never know. You got Banu Soda. Oh, you got a lot of people on the winning team. Venus, Tevin, and your starters. Those are some good starters. Tevin got advantages. He went on a special trip. Tevin is going to rule the confessionals. He's amazing in the confessionals. So it's going to be, as long as Tevin is on the show, we're going to be entertained. The community isn't about being humble. Right. Right. That's what we played it for. Now, when we play for money, because, I play fantasy football. And we do fantasy football for money. If people don't care about bragging rights, we care about our money. So a lot of people are really silent during football season because it's all about the money. But when you ain't playing for nothing but bragging rights, you better brag. You better brag. And with that being said, I hope you all have a great weekend. I hope to see you all tomorrow night for Traders. Tomorrow night I'll be doing Drag Race. Sunday, I plan to do a kitchen table talk. I don't know if Beans can be with me or not. I asked her and she said she'll let me know by Saturday if she can do it. I really hope Beans can do it because we haven't talked in a while, but just know she's working. She's really busy. And she did tell me whenever she's available, we will be doing kitchen table talk. But I plan on doing one because there's some stuff. I want to talk about Oprah. It's some more developing stuff coming out about the Wendy Williams situation. I want to talk about that. So we're going to have a good time at Kitchen Table Talk. And that's what I have planned so far the weekend. Of course, next week is this regularly scheduled programs. So I'll be out of town next weekend. But we'll have a good time. So please, you all, like, comment, share. I appreciate all of your support of my channel. Everyone who shares videos on Twitter, YouTube, I appreciate all of that. Please subscribe if you have not subscribed and you enjoy the content. And I'll see you all later. Have a good night, y'all. Bye.